So good to have everybody here. If you're having trouble regarding artwork, so just to let you know, you don't have to be good at graphics. I'm terrible at graphics, but I do know people that are good at graphics. So if you want me or you want my team or people I know to actually do your graphics for you regarding your header or your profile or your ebook or whatever, just let me know and we'll do that. You just have to email me and it's affordable. It's not like going to break an arm and a leg or nothing like that. So let me go through a couple of these things before we get started because I know last week I said, what's your superhero, what's your colors, your branding, all that stuff. So we're going to go through all that. First things first, let's see here because there's some experiences I know BB's had. I know Jason's had and some other people. So I wanted to share those results as well. And we'll go through everything by the time we're done. So let's see. We're going to go to Kevin. Kevin, in regards to your cover, if you didn't hear me, you don't have to be good at graphics. Just email me, which you already did, and say, hey, I need some help. And I'll help you out. So in your case, you're wanting to do landscaping or tree services. So what we'll do is we'll make a couple for you. So his was zero bullshit SEO web design for tree services. So we're going to niche that down and change some wordings. For instance, with his, he just has too much information up there. Like I kind of get what he's trying to do. I'll show everybody. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's just you got to hone your message in. If you don't mind, you mind, Kevin? Shake your head if you mind, or you don't mind. Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't like people sharing my stuff if I don't get permission. But so zero bullshit SEO and web design for tree services, 100% transparent. Grow your business, explode your leads, and he has a map over here. Get free tools, finger pointing down, subscribe. So this thing has a bunch of different little problems, okay? And I'll show you the problems. If you look at his and you look at mine, or you look at some of the other examples I have, which we'll get into. Where are we? Like, for example, the message is really simple and really clear when it works. It's finally here. Click here, grab your tickets, right? So why I keep mine real simple per se is, Jeff says, let's show you how to double your business. That's an old one, I believe, of Jeff's. But mine is grab all my SEO tools for free. Real simple. I ain't trying to complicate things. You got to really niche down and zero in on what is my message. Who am I trying to reach? So if I was trying to reach tree services, I'm probably going to want to go, okay, what's some tree service websites that really cool look like? And I just so happenly know because I've done a shit ton of them. Liscombe Tree Services. This is just one of them. I don't really particularly care for this site. I did what they wanted me to do, but you're going to do some different colors. Another one is, I forget, but we did a bunch of them for this client in specific. But tree services are going to usually be, let's say, hardworking blue collar man, green background, trees, generally someone cutting, a tree down, something like that. So we could go with the same thing, but we're going to have a background that's going to look a little bit different. Maybe just, someone cutting a damn tree down that says we explode your emergency tree removal business. Finger pointing down, get my tree removal tools or get my free, whatever. All right. So that's what we'll do there. And I will contact you in that regards. See Mr. Tim Kaler. I still watch him like a hawk. Renee. All right. So Renee, she found 3 ClickFunnels type sites for her agency homework. We'll go through these. And then if you didn't notice, I also dropped, and this is from someone else. I saw it today. I was like, awesome. So I wanted to post it for y'all. Is this right here? Where are you? Where to find PLR, private label rights, and literally lay out this is how you do it. This is how you edit them. She even gives you, if you open up the spreadsheet, she even gives you a step by step. Where is it at? She gives you a step by step on how to do it and everything. So it's really cool. And I would go here, download this. She tells you what to do and everything, how to write. You can get a PLR, private label rights, or an ebook instead of writing your own. And you go and do Jarvis and reword it and take, let's say, a PLR or an ebook and rewrite it. And instead of it taking you, 3 months like it did me, it'll take you a couple of weeks, if that. Okay. Make sure you go in here and download that. All right. So Renee goes, here's some of the sites she likes, and she kind of, let's take a look. This is my first time looking at it. Just got the email. So this is when I say an opt-in, like when I'm trying to send someone, if I was trying to send someone to an opt-in, click here or click here on my bit.ly. Mine currently go to my, group. But let's say I was wanting to send them to a site or an opt-in. This is what an opt-in's like. I don't give you any choice but to click on what I want you to click on. That's the whole point of a funnel or an opt-in. This is actually not an opt-in. This is me trying to get you to get into my project or order it. This is similar to what I want, but still not the same. Which I love anything Grassi and Tony Robbins does. So you got me sold as soon as I see Tony. So, but let's go. This is another one. Let's take a look at it. All right. This is an opt-in. All right. Download this, how to build your list, how to build your email list, which I'm also teaching you. It's simple as shit. Get a bunch of PLR, get a bunch of offers, run some ads, or besides running ads, help people and drive them to your opt-ins. Another thing that works really good with opt-ins is telling people, hey, there's only 8 more hours left. And in reality, this right here is always BS. They're just trying to make you think that, hey, your time's up, and then people will automatically, well, I need to download this, right? Renee, I'm hoping, I don't see Renee in here yet. Let's see. Nope, Renee's not in here. But when you rewatch this, Renee, let me know if you actually downloaded it. So what I would tell you to do is download it, go opt in, continue, get their stuff and see what they're trying to sell. Look at their message, what stands out about them. Free download, how to get your first 1,000 emails, big ass green button, red button, whatever. The point is it pops out. So this is social proof, featured in Forbes, Entrepreneur, Huffington Post, all this stuff. Tells you a little bit about himself. He's trying to create a bond and say, hey, I'm just like you. Even gives his address and stuff. Tells you some points about himself, then does the offer again. That's one. Let's look at another one. This is Russell Brunson. I already know it's Traffic Secrets. Amazing book. If you don't have it, you need to get it. Big, bold PowerPoint type stuff. Need more traffic on your website or funnel. That's always everybody's issue, is what they think it is. New free book shows 20 plus virtually unknown secrets. And everybody wants to say this is BS, but I tell you it works. Send me your address. You can get it for free. Just pay for the shipping. Social proof. Find your dream customers, which I'm talking about to you as well. He gives some information, a cool picture of himself, how much he made, more social proof. That he is not BS. This man right here is definitely not BS at all. But he also, one thing, and this is one of the things I learned from Jeff, even multiple call to actions through his stuff. He'll text, call to action, social proof, call to action, more offer, right? Call to action. You'll see it throughout this whole thing. Call to action. It'll be text, call to action, social proof, call to action. He's constantly hitting you back and forth. Call to action, call to action. He's probably got at least 15 call to actions on here. If you go to leave, then it does a drop down. You sure you don't want all my SEO tools? You know, something like that. I mean, craziness. You sure you don't want my LinkedIn secrets? You one of them lazy people. Okay, bye. Next. You know, something like that. So that one's probably the best one I've seen. Other sites they like ConvertKit. I know about them. I know about them because of Chase and Pipeline. I also know about Pipeline. Pipeline's pretty good too. For whatever reason, my internet's taking forever. Let's see here. So ConvertKit and this other one. So those are all really good ones. ConvertKit's not one I would use per se. It's just something you don't have to use. It's basically creates a lander, put an opt-in, and it's done. I mean, I don't have to pay for stuff like that. I mean, you can do an opt-in on your own website. So, you know, that's my review for that. Like that. That's an opt-in. And then once they opt in, they go to wherever I'm pushing them to, whatever offer I'm pushing them to. Right? So let's see, anything else? Okay, Kevin, nope. All right. So there was a couple of wins that I want Jason to kind of go through as well. Let me let these last couple of people in. Hey, Renee, I know you're just now getting in. I went through the email you sent me with the funnels. So when you get done, just rewatch this because I actually went through those funnels for you and showed you what I like, which ones I like and why I like them and all that. Okay. So Jason, if you could, you know, matter of fact, let me show you some stuff, y'all, before I turn you over to Jason and let him show you some stuff. All right. And I'm going to be having Kevin come in here and talk about the tools. So I've shown you how to manually do this stuff. Kevin has a way of actually doing it on automation. And if you're in my GMB course, you already know some of the stuff. But if you're an agency, you're specifically going to need this. This right here, what I'm about to show you is a typical message I get. Didn't say hi. Didn't say, hey, how you doing? Didn't say, hey, I see you're in the SEO industry. Didn't say, hey, how's the Philippines? Nothing. Straight out the gate. Straight out the gate. I'll show you. This guy goes, hello, I'm a graphic designer, SEO, and digital marketing expert with over 5 years of working experience. I'm an expert in the below fields. So, man, this dude, he's a real expert. You know, he does business card, flyers, logos, brochures, website design, social media, YouTube, stationery, photo, vector, t-shirt. You notice he said a bunch of graphic stuff all up here, but didn't even mention SEO, but yet he's an SEO expert and a graphic expert. Right? But besides all that, he's just telling me everything he does, everything, and then gives me a pitch, straight up cold pitch. You know what happens to these? Delete. I don't even answer them, right? Let's see. I have another one, typical. Hi, William. What up, Jones? Come on, gotta do better than that shit. It's stuff I deal with all the time. Okay, here's another one. Hi, William. I mean, this is a better one, but it's still the same crap. Hi, William. I just stumbled upon your profile and website and it looks very impressive. I'm trying to rub my ego, huh? I just wanted to send you a quick message to get introduced. Never know what might come from it. I'm Dutch. I'm a former marketer. I've got 15 years experience. What do I hear? From Charlie Brown. That's all I hear. What people do, and I see it all the time, and I will tell you the big difference between someone that knows what the hell they're doing and someone that doesn't I'm trying to look for the guy. He's not in here no more. When someone knows what they're doing, the first thing you should know is, I want to hear about me. I want to hear about you. Who the hell are you? I want to hear, hey man, I've been watching, for instance, hey, I've been watching your YouTube. Man, your YouTube stuff is off the chain. Drop it, leave it there. Try to build a relationship, and that sort of thing. Exactly. That's all I hear is Charlie Brown. To me, it reminds me of a lot of the pitches I see that people do. It reminds me of you seeing a beautiful woman or a beautiful or a handsome man, and you coming into the room stark ass. Excuse my lady, French, Renee, close your ears. But you come in, balls hanging out, and thinking the woman's going to go, oh my God, I love this man. He's the most amazing creature I've ever seen. That's not going to work. I hate to tell you, it's not going to work. So stop doing it. What you need to do, if you follow this system, is you have 4 to 5 groups. You go into those 4 to 5 groups. You look for questions. You answer them after you've optimized your profile, of course, after you've done everything else I've already told y'all. Optimization, your tripwire. Once you've done that, go get into 4 or 5 groups. Start answering questions. Answering questions does not mean, hey, would you like a free report? Hey, would you like a free PDF? No, the fuck I wouldn't like any free shit from you when I don't even know you. Okay? Go in and actually give a crap about people and go, okay, they're asking a question. I mean, I could show you. I see this crap all day long, especially being a business owner. Right? Let's see if I can find one. Hi, everyone. How long does it take for advanced schema to start working? I'm using headers and footers plugin. Once again, we go to Conversion AI. If you don't know the answer to it, which I so happily do, I said, once again, depending on what you have done prior, it will either work in your favor or not. Right? So I'm answering a question. I do not come in here and go, would you like my free schema report? That's not going to work. It will get your ass booted in most groups, and it definitely is not going to get you no sales. Okay. But those are just typical. I mean, if I could tell y'all to do anything, would be, don't come in here and just in any group whatsoever. I mean, I can go into other groups. Let me see a couple more. See if I got one here, like Jarvis. I don't really associate or talk too much in groups. Let's say this. What's something you're doing now that you never thought you'd able to do without Jarvis? And you just answer the question. And more questions you answer, the more people will respond to you. If you're concentrating on tree removal, go into, like, especially with roofers, they got roofing marketing groups, or let's say tree, if you will, roofing marketing. And I'll show you this whenever I get the screen. And I know this mainly because I've been in some of these groups, right? So roofing masters, here we go. And I'll show you. Like if you're in the roofing industry, roofing, roofers, contractors, subcontractors, almost 10K. Building and roofing, 26K. Roofing masters, 1.8K. 3.6K. 47K, 46K. You see my point? And I go into these groups if they were public, like let's see if I could see a public group with public answers, right? Some of this is not going to be, this is not located where I want it to be, but this is in another state. But if you find one in your state or whatever, and then you can go in here and answer questions, like this guy, maybe he's having an issue, and just see what questions we got, right? If you're in a state, this is showing me stuff over in Asia because I'm located in Asia, but that's what you want to do. Spend your time in there answering questions. I'm going to have Jason, Jason go ahead, and he's going to share some stuff. Like, for instance, he started practicing. BB also posted something. He started practicing some of this stuff, and he's already getting results. And I want him to share exactly what he's doing. Once he's done with that, then we're going to go over and ask some questions in regards to last time's homework was funnels examples. Okay, so have questions about funnels or websites you've seen. Okay, that's one. And then what's your superpowers? Okay, so I want to hear some questions. If you got your hands raised up, you're going to be waiting a bit. So that's best drop it in the chat, because if we stop, we will never get done with this. So Brock and Kevin, please drop it in the chat, or just leave it there and we'll get you at the end. All right, so I'm gonna let you share your screen to Jason.
All right, cool. So what's up, guys? I have been attacking groups. I even got banned from one. Yeah. So here's some of the conversations I've been having. Where did that guy go? So these are the people have been reaching out to me as well. Hey, Jason, hope you're doing well, keeping safe. I want to know more about your lead generation tools you have to offer. I got back to him, haven't heard anything from him. That's just inbound leads. Now, with regards to the outbound, I've got my list of groups over here. Let's say, yeah, any one of them. I think this one recently changed. This is a good one to get into. They were in the real estate niche and they've kicked me out as well. Ish. Sorry, let me grab here. So there's one conversation I wanted to show. I just need to find it. Kind of got caught off guard a bit. Here, these are just agencies trying to throw them stuff in me. So yeah, I basically go into the groups, guys, and I just ask questions. That's my biggest tactic. So I'll go into the group, let's say Google a lead generation group. And I will just ask questions of guys with regards to their situation or whatnot. Frustrated, no. Well, I'm battling to find out where I previously interacted. Like in the one group I dropped, who wants a free GMB report? And then I got a whole bunch of guys coming back in and they flip and loved it. And then I had them all sliding into my inbox. And yeah, here's the one I actually wanted to chat to about. So this is a guy that I interacted with on one of the groups. His name was Michael, and he had a question about lead generation and stuff. So a whole bunch of people just dropped their links and didn't know what they were doing. And I started asking the guy questions. The guy came back to me asking questions, and I answered his questions, got him into a conversation online, and I started asking about his marketing process. So basically, he told me that they're an IB therapy bar, and what they do is they do discounts on the IV in order to get bigger clients in that are interested in hormone replacement. And I started chatting to him. I got on a call yesterday with himself and his other marketer, and the call went really well. I asked a lot of questions like, what are your goals? What platforms are you using? How are you advertising? What's your budget? And from there, I was able to get them interested in it. And today I followed up, and yeah, as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see here, here's me booking a call with him. Morning, interested. What's the next step? Awesome. I'm going to revert back to you after this meeting, actually. And then, yeah, I've just got to send him through an onboarding form and it's done. And that was just by asking him a question back and showing interest using actually Javas. That's exactly what happened over there. So yeah, well, I don't know if you want to maybe go also over the questions you dropped in the back, or
Yeah, we're going to go through that. I just kind of wanted
okay,
you to
cool.
show your success and stuff like that. But I know BB had some too. BB sent me. He started 2 weeks ago. He had 5 clients. He's already at 10 just by implementing some of this stuff. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to go through some of the questions I have on the back end as well. And then I just got your responses too. So I'll show that. But we'll go through all of this and I'm going to go through the questions that are in chat. So just keep dropping those in there. Okay. And we'll answer them. I'm honestly not rude. I know how I am. You know, if I stop and start answering questions, we won't get anything done. Technically, we'll just be answering questions. So
Here's also another example of an agency I engaged with on Facebook. And we got chatting, and they want all my white label services issued to them so they can start implementing them relatively soon. So
nice,
yeah,
nice.
guys, the stuff works. It really works. I just have to find it because when you start engaging, you'll see when you start engaging in the groups, there's so many notifications and there's so many things. It's difficult to keep track of. I'd actually really like what's the word, like some software or something that could help keep track of it, because it's so crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna
you
have Kevin come on and talk about that too. So if you're not in the Google My Business class, then you've never heard of it. But Kevin to come on and we'll go through it. Kevin's more of an expert in that. He's the one that set up my stuff. So I'm giving you whoever set up my stuff.
awesome.
Obviously, it works. But let me pull this up real quick. Kevin to come on and we'll go through, for instance, how to do reach out automatically, how to add friends. I will show y'all. I know last time I went over as well how to warm up a Facebook account. That's after day 4 in the back end. Okay, where to buy the Facebook accounts from. I've put that there. If you haven't got any extra Facebook accounts, you need to get them and start warming them up. I just bought more today. Okay, I keep them on check at all times because you never know what people are going to wind up doing. Today, I was on an interview with Mad Singers from SEO Mastery Summit, so I kind of expect some shit to start hitting the fan per se. Let's go through. So last week we went through, or this past Monday, we went through some steps and some things I wanted y'all to go through. Number one being, what's your backstory? So the backstory for Jason, you told me, for example, he was born into a well-off family, well, by South African terms, raised by a businessman, was actually kind of a rich bitch kid, private school, nice house, nice car, was groomed into the company to take it over. But I always felt I could be more than some kid with an investment degree monkeying around in a suit and tie. I always felt the need to help. This part is what I like. I always felt the need to help. So underline that part. Right. I always had a side hustle, whether it was a catering company, selling real estate, and construction leads, flipping houses. Shit, I even had vending machines for a while. I was doing well, very well for a 24 to 25-year-old. Then the shit hit the fan. The family company started going down. People tried a hostile takeover. Sound familiar, Jeff? He's kind of the same thing. If you ever hear Jeff's story, he's been through some crap too in the catering business. I think I'm going to stay away from catering. Little did I know this was my greatest gift, the turmoil. I remember feeling life kicked me. Life kicked me in the balls or in the dick. The fortunate kid who never had to worry had to learn to hustle. Little did I know this was my greatest gift, which is this turmoil. I remember feeling suicidal, depressed. There were times I didn't eat or sleep for weeks on end due to depression and anxiety. I ended up in an institution, burnout, mental breakdown. Um, I was there for 3 days, realized I didn't have a problem. I only had excuses. Excuses I fabricated up for everything I couldn't do to make me happy. I realized I was the problem. You see, society said so easily labels our inner bitch as a problem or a diagnosis, making it a perceived real excuse. If you don't like something, change it. I cut out all bad habits, changed my lifestyle, kicked the toxic family and friends out of my life. I had to learn to depend on myself. I started my first agency 7 months ago off the experience of what I've done, and such as generating links, building websites for his different ventures. He got up to 3,000 a month and was growing, but was hating my life and my clients. Sounds very familiar. I started noticing patterns of unhappiness I did not want to relive again, and now I'm here in this class. The next question sounds a lot like my story, Jason, by the way. If you really hear my story, I went through depression. I was suicidal after my first marriage. I had an agency, lost every client but one. I've done that twice, believe it or not. Lost everybody but one, was suicidal. At that times when I was studying Buddhism, that whole thing kept me kind of sane. And I went through it, got through it. The good thing I tell you is like in the Bible, it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the key is walking through it and not pitching tent. And most people pitch tent, like for instance, turmoil, everybody wants to run away from. And I keep going back to it. I'm not trying to be religious or nothing, but where in the Bible it says that my rod and staff comfort you, right? He says, I do what? I prepare a table in the presence of your enemies. He doesn't say, I take you away from your enemies and make you a buffet to eat all these delicious goodies. He says, I put the thing up in front of your enemies and I make you eat in the presence of your enemies. A lot of that is what happens, So when you go through the turmoil, you'll find out who you really are, and who you're not. Number two, the next question was, what is your superhero power? So, superhero power may be, just for an example, it may be something that it just comes, and generally, this is it. It comes very easily to you. It's not something you have to work at, and you actually don't think it's really a superhero, superpower per se, because it comes so naturally to you. You'll think that, hey, this ain't a big deal, you know you have, if you will, the natural gift of gab or talk. My son, he'll know how to shut up. The man could talk. I mean, he could tell you how, cell phone towers work. And he doesn't know nothing about cell phone towers. He could tell you about science and everything because he likes to study everything. Now, if I try to get him to study SEO, he's like, this is boring. Give him something else, he'll study it. So, think of it that way. Your superhero powers could be something that comes to you naturally, right? Um, so, what are your superhero powers? He tells me, I love solving problems, calling bullshit, implementing on strategies. So, I would say your superpower right here, if you wanted to look at it, it's implementing strategies because most people want to. And here's how I've had this conversation with Jason because, it's part of the course or whatever with him. Calling bullshit and implementing strategy. Someone the other day, and if you're in the group, I don't mean to offend anybody, so please, I'm just using examples. I'm not calling nobody out, but they said something about, well, my problem is time zone. And this is very typical of everything. And I hear this all the time. My problem is I got kids. My problem is I have a 9 to 5 job. My problem is time zone. My problem is I live in South Africa. My problem is, I live in the Philippines. My problem is my internet's down. My problem is all this shit. And all that is a excuse. And one of my friends, he's my mentor, he told me, he said, you know what excuse really is? It is a lie. It's a skin of reason filled with a lie, is all it is. It's a body of lies. It's empty. So what you have there is it's an excuse. If you really want something and the time zone is the issue, guess what? Then your ass, just like me, I'm being real here. So if you expect me to tiptoe around y'all, it's not going to happen. When I came here and I had nothing but 4 clients and I was sleeping on a laundry shop floor and I was working at night at 11 p.m. my time to 7 a.m. just so I could work on the client's time zone. Okay. I could have said, well, the time zone. And I didn't. Why? Because I knew what I needed to do and I did it. That's what I'm saying. This may not be for you. It may not, or you get to the point where you say, these are the only hours I work, and that's what I work. But if you're going to be looking for the higher paying clients in the States, you're going to have to kind of just have a little bit of give and take. So implementing strategies, implementation is one of the biggest problems with most people. They're like, for example, Jason messaged me this week and he's like, oh my God, Bill, I never used to get 5 calls in 2 weeks. And now I got 5 calls in like 2 days and I got appointments set up. What the hell am I going to do? I don't have my onboarding sheets. I don't have this. I don't have that. And this is where most people as well freeze up and they stop taking any action because they go, for instance, I'm scared of success. This is where I go back to what I said before. Scared of success because you don't know how you're going to handle it. And this is where I've told you before. I said, if you just start taking actions, the how will kind of present yourself. What I mean by the how will present itself? Well, this is what's going to happen. You're just going to have to, tie your bootstraps up and figure it out, and go, okay, if I'm a pay-per-click expert and what type of onboarding sheet do I need? And literally write it out and document it. Okay, I need, what type of, if you're in pay-per-click, I know off the top of my head, even though I don't do it, what are your advertising revenues right now? Where are you advertising at? What platforms? Yellow Pages? Are you advertising on Facebook? Are you advertising on Google? Where are you advertising? Google this, Google My Business. Are you using UTMs? Are you tracking? Can you tell me your ROI? Can you tell me your cost per click? Can you tell me what's your return on that? And you have all that in an onboarding sheet. I used to never have this. I didn't have an onboarding sheet until probably 6 months ago. 6 months ago. Okay. After I had about 60 clients. Right. So that's not really supposed to stop you. It's supposed to push you into, hey, I need some processes to make my life easy. Before, your life was easy. Where I've been through it and I can go, well, here's my onboarding form and I'll give it to you. I'm not going to sell it to you. But then again, in 3 months, when I start my VA course, I'm making 20 something, almost 30 SOPs, where I'm going to tell you how to find a project manager, how to onboard them, how to hire them, website design, SEO, keyword research, emails, outlink, outbound calling, and all this other stuff, and lead generation. All right. So number 4, if you were a superhero, what would you look like? Colors, branding, etc. He would want the green and black, and I love it. Lean and mean, very unassuming, no corporate look at all. All right, I'll be answering all these questions over here on the right hand side soon. All right, what are your parables? By parable, I mean, like, Jesus and these other people, they talked in stories. But if you really looked and paid attention to the story, it wasn't necessarily the message. There's a message within the story, you know. Um, in order to create something great, you need to first create yourself great. This is very much true. Return to yourself and your values and what you need to want. For example, if a plane's going down, who do you need to save first? Yourself. I remember it's one of the things in Buddhism, they talk about the only way you can enlighten others is by first becoming enlightened yourself. How can you enlighten other people's if you're not even enlightened? Okay, how can you help someone else if you've never helped? But what winds up happening is you become passionate, let's say, about SEO or pay per click, and I start consuming everything, right? Start consuming everything. This is what I did when I used to play poker. I literally would go to work. I mean, y'all want to talk about dedication? I'd go to work from 8 to like 5, leave, come home, watch YouTube, watch hands, watch how people play, go play the poker room until about 6 a.m., get up, go to work, learn, 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 became very passionate about it. Then I started teaching people how to play in tournaments, having people do what they call, Jeff know this, become someone's horse. Becoming someone's horse All right, thank you. So same thing happens whenever you, like what I was talking about before, you should become passionate about something, but as you become passionate about something, you wind up wanting to help people, right? And as you want to help people, then you're going to find people that are going to want to pay you for your advice because they see that you have been successful. Okay. Give you another example. When he first started, for example, Tony Robbins, he was quote unquote went to school and he didn't have a degree. He wasn't certified. And he started learning. And within 2 weeks, he wanted to start helping people. And then as a result, he started helping people. Same thing happens with anything when you start learning. What, and this is a good saying, I'll have to drop it in the class, is your success is your certification. The fact that I've been successful at showing people how to do GMB. This is why I always say drop your review, drop this testimonial, is because people will look at that and they'll go, well, they'll see that and they'll go, obviously this person knows what they're talking about. But at first, when you first start, you may have to do some stuff for free. Like Jason, I had on a call the other day. I wanted to have him on a call. Um, to basically show him this is how I do a call. And I knew from the first 5 seconds, and Jason could tell you this, the guy was a tire kicker. But yet I still went through the whole thing and did it because I'm giving back to the community. And a lot of times what I'll do with people, I'll say, if you're not going to pay for the consult, the only way I'll do it is if I do a live audit. And then I'll take that and I'll use it for content on my YouTube channel. All right. That's the other thing we'll do. So let's go through some of your questions. But ultimately, what you're looking for when you set up your group, and we'll go through how to set up a group and all that stuff. But first, I need to get Jason on here. Not Jason, but Kevin on here. What you're going to be looking for when you create your group, and here's why, because everybody wants to know why. You're going to create a group because what you're looking for, and yes, this is once again a ClickFunnels thing, but it's also someone else said the same thing. What you're looking for is 100, and I've also heard 1,000, but you're looking for 100 raving fans. Raving fan is someone that will buy anything and everything you put out because they absolutely love everything you do, right? And what you're wanting to do is create a community around this personality and character you're developing, which is either your business, your branding, your message. Those things are very important. And this is why I keep saying, looking back at who would you be? What's your superpowers? You're branding yourself, which is a part of your agency or just yourself. It could be like in my case, I've branded myself and my personality. Okay. But we're looking very specifically for, if you will, these people, this set of people, because this set of people is who's going to, for instance, word of mouth. Word of mouth is a very important key factor when you're first starting out, because I have so many people today even that will go, well, this person referred me to your course. This person referred me to you for SEO. This person referred me to you for a website, because they love everything I put out. And then they start just telling people about you, because you're producing not just, good, if you will, quantity, you're producing quality stuff. Okay. What I'll have to do, I've seen one of them. I lost all the questions. So when we lost you, we lost the questions. So make sure you put your questions back down. There was a couple I saw, but we would love to hear or see how you talk to clients. What do you say and why your sales process? I will record one of my calls with one. Maybe me and Jason will do one, probably maybe this week. I'll record it with their permission, and then I'll post it inside the group. My sales are it's very simple. Whenever you see it, you'll be like, there's no way it can be that simple. So lost my chance for 60 seconds of fame, was going to take over with funny stories. Patrick, what do you use for email list management? I use Active Campaign. Won't use Aweber. I won't use MailChimp. We were referred, Renee says, we were referred to Will. you know. Let's see. I refer people because you get results. Correct. And this Jeff, he refers people to me. In a past session, you said to first build your email list, not your Facebook group. I don't think so. I did say to build things in order, but I did not say don't. I don't think so. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I said that. First things first is you edit your profile, right? Optimize your profile. After you optimize your profile and you hone in on the target you want to get, then you go and get yourself tripwire. Once you get your tripwire, you put it in your profile. And once you do that, you now have what you're trying to give away. Now, once you have something you're trying to give away, you're wanting to build up your email list. You are going to do this through adding friends and building up a Facebook group and having a place to have them opt in at. And then, for instance, when you go to my site and you opt in to get my free book or my tools, you then go to a thank you page, which pushes you to my group. Okay. Your Facebook group also grabs emails. Let's say, for example, if I was to show you, let's see if I can go into my other group and I'll show you because I got a bunch of different groups. I don't do just one. Member requests. Right now I got 125. If I was to push, and this is why I do it, I'll show you. So all these people, you see this is an email address and a phone number. And once I hit this is group collector. I hit group collector approve all. It uploads all that information into a spreadsheet. And then I take that and it's all pushed over into Active Campaign. And then it starts a email drip campaign. And all of them will start getting an automatic email drip or messenger drip. I also will sometimes get their SMS or phone numbers. And if I can do that, then I'll do voiceless ring call, voiceless messages. So we'll do all of that. But we'll be going over some of this stuff with Kevin as well. Why do you not do podcasts for your marketing? You're very good at storytelling. Russell Brunson, Larry. Yes, I just started YouTube, right? So if less than a year ago, I started YouTube. So I will very likely be starting podcasts. And I know Steve Larson, and I listen to Steve Larson. I'm actually attending a boot camp in 2 days with Steve Larson. Steve Larson's running one right now. Wonder what you think. I think podcasts are amazing, but it's a matter of having the time to do it and setting it up. It's not even the time, it's just set it up. So we'll start a podcast. Black hats with a beer. Oh, I don't drink beer. I do drink coffee though. Steve Larson is an awesome guy. I love him. Your YouTube is going awesome. Yep. Our YouTube's going off the chain. All right, Kevin Factor. With regard to tree services, I checked out the groups and did not see many groups. It concerns me as most of the people are as the end users, not the people who I am aiming to help. So either put in the chat who you're aiming to help or email me who you're actually aiming to help. All right. My second choice was GMB White Label. Who says it's overcrowded? I can literally I can tell you the top 3 people on my hand. It'd be Web20 Ranker, Matt Boley, myself. There's only 3 of us that are like the top. And if you want to call other people white label, it would be, in my opinion, freelancers. The only other guy I know has, I believe, 30 clients. And to me, you're doing white label, but you're not really at that level. You're not at scale. So it's not really that big of an industry. There is a book that talks about what you're talking about, though, in which you come to a new ocean, if you will, a new set of, new, if you will, honey hole, or you think it's a honey hole and you find out it's nothing but infested with sharks and the water's actually bloody. What you're wanting to find is blue waters. I want to try to find in my notes the name of the book. The book is called The Blue Ocean Strategy, right? And in that book, you'll find and you'll read where it goes over how to niche down to find the blue ocean. It's called Blue Ocean Strategy, how to niche down basically so you can get in a water that's not full of sharks and blood. How do you test? You test. For instance, you can find how many marketers. I mean, just type, we got this lovely thing, and I know maybe it sounds foolish, but I go to Google and I go to LinkedIn and I'll type in, for instance, SEO expert. Everybody and their mom is an SEO expert. What about GMB SEO expert? On Facebook or whatever. And you're not going to find that many people that are quote unquote GMB SEO experts. Dan Folan, myself, Misner. There's literally maybe 10 people that call themselves GMB experts. So it's very, very few, if any. The Blue Ocean book is the one I would recommend if you want to really dive into that strategy. I don't use Skype. I use Zoom. I use Zoom and Meet for all of my calls. I don't have to pay for it, so I'd rather use something I can do for free. Drop your questions in here, Brock. I don't know if you're back in here. I know you had a question. All right. So one of the things that we're going to do, and I'll do this, and then we're going to be getting off here because it's already past 10. So for example, once I find a group, if I'm wanting to white label to agencies, let's go with roofing marketing, try to see if we can find somebody. So there's some small groups like profitable roofing. I mean, this is a good cover, if you will. Leads, prospects, customers, profitable roofing strategies, resources, and expert support for roofers. I still think this is too much. I would take off this, last part. I would just say profitable roofing toolkit, download now. Something real sweet and short. And he's asking questions once again. And they're telling you, example, what do they want? Step-by-step video guides for effective marketing strategies. That's why I say go in these groups. They're literally telling you what they want. Video podcast with successful roofing business owners. How do you create joint ventures? I contact successful roofing, business owners and do a podcast or do a video interview with them. And now I'm connecting with them and their audience. Video podcast with the top consultants and coaches in the roofing industry. Recommendations and service companies that I have positive track record with, pricing and specific labor payouts. They're literally why you do polls. Polls are very good for getting input to say, shit, what should my services be surrounding? What type of information should I create? What are people looking for? That sort of thing. So we go through some of these groups, ask questions, and you can see what they're asking, that sort of thing. Let's say this. This is roofing and construction marketing. Terrible cover, but we'll see. I'm not in the States, but so for example, this is the Roofing Academy. Roofing Academy. You're finding different people. You're trying to do research. That's just why you're going to have a spreadsheet. And I'm going to try to find out where are all these people connected with, right? Are you a contractor looking for an extra handyman? Then I'll go over to his, Facebook page and see what is he about. I can't see it. So maybe he's blocked me. I don't know. And I try to find different groups that I could get into. You're going to have to dig to find some of these people, right? Roofing contractors group, buying and selling roofing, roofing circle, roofing services, you know, marketing groups, or you go, let's say, Havoc marketing. A lot of them will name different stuff because, like, this one's Havoc Professionals, 52,000. And you'll get people in here that will ask questions, or it just be crap. Like this group, I can tell for the most part, is crap. Havoc Professionals. This is going to have some questions. This is going to have some job stuff. You have to go in here and you have to find, who's going to be the best ones to contact, who's the best ones to be involved with. This one's a small one. I wouldn't even touch it. Havoc Engineering. And you want to start, this is going to show you stuff that's in the Philippines because that's where I'm located. But let's say if I was located in North Carolina, you go to North Carolina real estate. Same thing, same concept. You're going to find groups. Right? Start your blah, blah, blah. We walk you through the processes, looking to connect with wholesalers. And the most important thing about these groups is, yes, to answer questions, but is also what I do. You can do it manually, but when Kevin comes on, he'll show you. You can go in here and look at the members. And then I literally go in here to the members and go, and I'll add friends. And I'll add about 20 of them a day. Why am I doing that? Because I want to fill my profile with my ideal customer, my ideal client, right? Because what they're going to see every day on my account are my posts regarding business or GMBs or SEO or results. And then they're going to start engaging with me. I don't have to go into someone's DM. I don't believe in doing that, for one. I mean, you can if you're going to do it in a certain way, but you're not going to have to. As Jason's already showed you, people are coming to his DM. They're coming to his inbox because he's following the steps. As long as you follow the steps, you won't have to do that. And then I'll post stuff like this for GeoGrid. Then you'll see some personal stuff, but they'll ultimately, the process breaks down to, I come in here every day, add 20, 30 people every day, 20, 30 people every day answering questions, depending on the niche I want to. Let's say it's business owners, small business owners. That's a very general term. So I like to preferably niche down, but let's just use business owners, small business owners. Small Business Owners United. Here's another one for you. Go to Google and say top roofing, just thinking top roofing Facebook groups. Right there. You'll see this, roofers, contractors, subcontractors. I did the same thing with SEO. I need a gutter crew in Norman, Oklahoma, 3 jobs ready. Then people sharing videos and stuff like that. How I did it is like top SEO Facebook groups, or let's say top digital marketing. See, here's how you get on Mongols, I'll tell you, because they don't like everybody. It's a typical mouthpiece of Google. But we'll tell you, these are the top ones right here, which none of these are the top ones anymore. 4 Facebook groups and top 28 best SEO groups. and I do research, and then I have a spreadsheet where I put all that information, and that's the groups I'm going to concentrate on every damn day, every day of the week. Okay. So, how many of y'all actually did your homework? I got like 3 people that sent me homework. So, I need y'all to get that done. Get your profiles done, get that done. Once it's done, we can move on. If you need help, then send me, hey, I need help. Jason also, for example, um, his last one, what's his secret language? Art in the form of memes, strategic conflict, or as we talked earlier, Jason, learning to throw stones. Certain people actually thrive off of conflict. And that would be someone like myself. I thrive off of conflict. I actually enjoy it. When people want to talk bad about you or whatever, I enjoy it. You can't let it get to you underneath your skin either. So let's see here. Anything else? Any other questions? Any tips on how to join a group and not get ourselves banned? So, what Jason forgot, I made him a moderator of my Google My Business group so he can post questions, so he can answer questions without me having to approve every damn thing he's going to be posting. Well, other Facebook group members, especially the one he got banned from, they are the original group I was in, which have people in there, none of which that like me. Every one of the admins cannot stand me, hate me. And when they see that you are connected with me, obviously they're going to get rid of them. So they got rid of them rather fast. And so that's where that one came into play. You will normally not have that issue. What is a DM? DM is a direct message. PM is private message. DM is a direct message. Andrew got them. That, yeah. And so best to, if you're going to be in 2 groups, Tim Kahlert's group, which is a local SEO group, and Google My Business Help group, the other one, the smaller one, both of those, stay away from them because they absolutely hate me. And if they find out you are with me on any level, then they will ban you and ban you fast. If you're going to go in there, you just have to do it from a different Facebook account. The place I buy my Facebook accounts, which I've already told y'all several times, is fbaccs.com. And I go over, and I've already dropped in the back into the group how to warm up an account. And next on Friday, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to show you how we're going to warm up an account. It's going to be very simple, very easy peasy. It's just I need to show you this so when you start buying them and trying to warm up those accounts, then you'll know exactly what to do and what not to do. And then we'll do that over a period of a few weeks, and you'll see what I mean by gardening and everything. And then once I reach a certain level, I'll literally use all those accounts, and none of them will have my name attached to them. So it's been good, guys. If you have any questions, email me, and this will be posted in the back end of the group. And I appreciate it and everything. We'll have it back there. I expect especially y'all to have your tripwire done, and then we will also get some of these profiles done. If you want us to do them for you, let me know and we'll get it done, okay? And I will talk to you again soon. Be blessed.